guys. Sorry I'm a little bit late. Running a little behind and lost track of time. I'm like, oh, I got to get going. So let's see who's here. Oh, hi, Christy and Carolyn. Glad you guys are here. Christy's from my neck of the woods in Indianapolis, and Carolyn's from Montreal, Canada. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. Okay. I think we're getting a few people coming on. Can't tell on YouTube. I can tell Facebook people are starting to come on. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. Today is going to be my class for the, what is this? Modern Garden. I couldn't think of the name for there for a second, but the Modern Garden Bundle. Boy, I hope I can talk better than this the rest of the video. It's a really versatile bundle. I really like it a lot. It's a Christmas card. If you follow me on Facebook, you've actually already seen the picture that up close. Oh, I hope the screen keeps working. I just saw it flicker. So, oh, hi, Kathleen. Glad you're here. And Polly from North Carolina. Glad you guys are here. And I think you're really going to like this set a lot. I went back and forth on whether I was going to get it or not. Oops, sorry. Trying to adjust my microphone here. But I'm really glad I got it. There have been quite a few here lately that I almost didn't get. And then when I got it, I'm really glad I did. And this is one of them. And it's really a pretty set. I like it a lot. So I'm going to go ahead. Let's go over a little bit of news to give a few more people time to get on. It usually takes a few minutes for everybody to get on that wants to come on. Let me go to this. And right now, oh, hi, Donna. Another one from Canada. I've got two people from Canada. She's from Alberta. Glad you're here, Donna. This is something a lot of you have been waiting for. The Trekking Along Builder Punch is back. It came back, I think last night is when I saw that it popped back on the inventory. And I didn't check again tonight. Hopefully it's still doing good. Actually, I probably could check it, but I'm afraid it might slow my internet down, so I better not. But it was unavailable for a long time. They actually didn't think they were going to get it till October 23rd. So I'm really, really glad that they got that they're getting that they got it already. So we've got it almost a month ahead of time. So I'm excited about that. And for those of you, some of you probably recognize these cards. These are the 3 cards I made for a class that I did. And I put a link to that video down below in the video description on YouTube. I could not on Facebook since they don't like links. If you want that link, just message me and I'll send it to you. Send it to you so you can watch this. Actually, you can even scroll down. I can't remember when I did it. You might be able to find it in the video section of my Facebook page for that matter, because I forgot I did go live with this. Was a live, so it was live on Facebook and YouTube. So you should be able to find it there. But you'll want to get it quick. It might sell out quick. Who knows? It might stay for a while. You never know. But I just know it sold out super quick last time, so make sure you get it. There's actually there was the Holy Night, Oh Holy Night DSP, I think is what it's called. It came back yesterday also, I think, or maybe the day before. It's already on low inventory. So things are going fast and people have to wait a little while for it. As soon as they can get it, they jump on it. Oh, hi, Kathy. I'm glad you're here. But you want to make sure if there's anything that comes right back and it sold out quick, make sure you get it quick because you just never know. Don't forget about the new papers. This will probably be the last time I remind you about this. We've had them for almost a month now, but they're in the online exclusive section. And I have good news. There are going to be some new online exclusives that start in November. But as a demonstrator, I'm going to be able to get some of that stuff early. We can start ordering, I think, next Tuesday, this coming Tuesday, October 3rd. I think that's when that is. So I love being a demo, get a discount, get things early. A lot of fun. So I've got that there. And then we've got Home for the Holidays. That's the paper pumpkin cards. But this kind of gives you a little hint about what's going to be on those cards. So those look super cute. Oh, hi, Wendy from Connecticut. Oh, I forgot to say Kathy's from Minnesota. I think I forgot to say where you're from. And Donna, I didn't say your whole thing. She's in Alberta, but we'll be coming to Arizona real soon. She spends, I think, half the year in Canada and half the year in the US. So okay. And this, I want to make sure you know, I'm kind of giving you a heads up. If you've ever thought about being a demonstrator to get everything at a discount, October is going to be the time to do it. This is Stampin' Up's 35 years of being in business, their 35th anniversary. And to celebrate, you can get either 35% off the starter kit, or you can get 35% more free in the kit. So what that would be, option one is get 35% off the normal cost of a Stampin' Up kit. So those who select this option will receive $125 worth of product for only $64.35. Very, very good deal. So $125 worth of product, plus you get a $50 business pack that's catalogs and things like that you need. And you also get a free paper pumpkin kit and free shipping. All of that for the $64.35. Now, if you want a little more free, if you're fine still doing that $99 kit, which believe me, that is a good deal. When I signed up over 20 years ago, it cost over $200. So this is a really good deal. And I didn't get to choose what I wanted. There were a couple things we could switch out if we wanted to, but most of it, you got what the starter kit had in it. And with Stampin' Ups now, you get to pick the product that you want. So if you do option two, you're going to get 35% more. So you're going to get $168.75 worth of product for only $99. So it's either $125 worth of product for $64.35 or $168.75 worth of product for only $99. Very, very good deal. If you have any questions, you can message me on Facebook, or you can click that contact me link below in the video description on YouTube, and just give me a holler and I'll answer any questions that you have. And there is a link down below in the video description on YouTube if you want to find out how to join my team. You can also find that on my site, createwithchristy.com, for those of you on Facebook. And that is it. So that's all the business. I just want to make sure you guys knew about that, especially if you order a lot of stuff. And if you're part of my team, you also get access to all my card club videos for free. That's usually just exclusive to my club members, but I also give those videos to my team. You get the PDF for this class for free as part of my team. I'm planning on doing Zoom meetings again. I kind of got out of the habit of that, but those are coming back. There's just a lot of neat stuff. I've got a Facebook group page. So just let me know if you're interested and have any questions. Okay, now it's door prize time. So here is what everybody that commented during the live and during the replay that commented got put in my wheel. And I'm going to show you that here in just a minute. So these are the Tinsel Gems 3-pack. Oh, there's some new people came on. Hi, Anne. Glad you're here. Okay, I'm going to go down here. Oh, I wanted to show that on screen. There we go. I'm still learning this software. Okay, now let me get to this screen and look at all those names. Let's see who's going to win. Now my door prizes are for people that live in the United States per Stampin' Up rules, since I'm using product. Becky, one before, but please comment. Please contact me with your mailing address, and I'll get those mailed out to you right away. If you're watching on Facebook, you can just message it to me. YouTube, click that contact me link below in the video description. So congratulations, Becky. I'm not sure if you're watching tonight. A lot of times you are, so we'll see. Okay, let me get back. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. Let me do this. Like I said, I'm still learning. There we go. Now I can stop sharing that. There we go. I need to stop talking because you don't need to know what I'm doing in the background. But congratulations, Becky. I'm glad you got that. Let me write your name down quick. Meant to do that while the screen was still on, but I've got that on the wheel too. Okay. So congratulations, Becky. I'm glad you got those. Now for the door prize stuff that's going on this week. I'm actually picked out 2 items. They're on low inventory right now. I had some extras from past classes, so I thought, you know what? I'm going to have these be our prizes this time. Oh, hi, Carol from Virginia. Glad you're here. Oh, and Becky, thanks for, this is a different Becky, but thanks, Becky, for sharing my video. I really appreciate that. Okay. Oh, and hi, Paula. I missed you. Glad you're here too. Okay, so let me go ahead and go to this screen. So these can't seem to stay in inventory very long. These were out of stock for a while, came back, and I checked, and they're on low inventory. At least they were this morning. I'm not sure, they might even be out of stock right now. You never know. Sometimes they go out of stock real quick after they go on low inventory. But I still had some in my stash, so this is going to be for everybody that watches the live and comments. So if you want to get in this drawing and live in the United States, make sure you comment. Let me know where you're from too, especially if you're out of the country. That way I know not to put you in the wheel. But I also love to see where everybody's from. It's just really cool for everybody to see where everybody's at. So this is for everybody who watches the live and comments tonight. And this is the 2023 to 2025 in color dots. Love these things. They are so pretty. I love the shine to them. And that's actually 4 of the colors. The Pebbled Path ones are up here. I just don't want to open this package up because I want to send it to the person brand new. So if you are watching the live and commenting and watching the replay, I want to make sure the people that get to watch the replay also get to get in on door prize. So what you do, comment, and you've got until 11 a.m. Eastern time next Thursday, which would be October, what is that, 5th? Let me look at my calendar. Yeah, 5th. So next Thursday, October 5th, by noon Eastern time, 11 a.m. Eastern time, make sure you get your comment in, and you'll get put in the drawing for that. Okay. Oh, hi, Anita. I'm glad you're here. From Las Vegas. Thanks for coming, Deborah. Let's see who else do we have here. Oh, Patty Weed is from New York. Okay, I think I've said hi to everybody else. I'm glad you guys are here. Okay. Oh, and hi, Carrie. I think I missed you. And Sharon from Maryland. Sharon's from Maryland, and Carrie's from from Alaska. I didn't look at that right. Oh, hi, Deborah. First time here. Thanks. I'm glad you're here from Michigan. You're not too far from me. You're just a state just north of me. I'm in Indiana. So I am so glad you guys are here. If I miss your comment, I promise. Let me switch here. You don't want to just keep looking at my hands. If I miss your comment, I do come back and read everybody's comments. So if you have a question, I will try my best to answer it during the video. If I miss it, because sometimes I get to working and it scrolls and then I end up missing it, I will come back and answer your questions. On Facebook, I'll just reply directly to your comment. On YouTube, you'll have to look under the description and under the video, and then I'll answer your question there, because the chat, as soon as the video's over, the live chat, I can't get back in that again. So you'll find your answer in the description. Under the description of the video in the comment section there. Okay. Let's get going here. This class, the way it works, you can kind of read it there in that ticker. But let me grab the kits. I'm a little discombobulated today. For some reason, I am so tired. I'm trying to keep my brain working here. Oh, Patty, I'm sorry about your husband. Now, I'm glad he got to a rehab facility, but I'm sure you're missing him a lot. I knew I hadn't seen you for a while. 22 days in the hospital, that's a long time. I'll be praying for him and for you. I'm sure you're worn out going back and forth. Hope he gets better soon and gets to come home real soon. Okay, so this kit here, if you place a $35 order before shipping and tax using my host code, you can see that in the top right corner, and it's also in the ticker. You will get these mailed out to you. I mail them out. I think it's October 9th through 11th. It's a Monday and through Wednesday. I give myself a couple day window to get these out. So $35 order before shipping and tax using that host code gets you these kits. It's 2 of each card that I'm making tonight. I do all the die cutting and the embossing for you. Now, I don't do any die cutting if there's a die set with the bundle. There's a stamped image. Just to warn you, those I don't do, because it's a lot easier to be able to stamp and then die cut later. It's almost impossible to stamp something on a die. But anything that's just die cut, like here, I've got this piece here. That's already die cut for you, because that one you're not going to directly stamp on, and things like that. And then if you bump it up to $50 order before shipping and tax, I will also add the blooming pearls. These are gorgeous. There's gold, garden green, I think is that one, pretty peacock, and petal pink. And these go really good with the garden walk DSP. Actually, I've been saying I'm featuring the modern garden. I don't know, I'm having trouble saying that. Modern garden bundle is part of the garden walk suite. That includes the DSP, the Calypso Coral braided linen trim, and these pearls. So I'm using all 4 things that are in that suite. Okay, I'm going to put that to the side. So that's so like I said, if you forget, I do have a link on YouTube that says Card Class at Home page. Click on that to get all the information. There's also a link to my store down below in the video description as well. But make sure you use that host code. Now, if your order is $150 or more before shipping and tax, do not use that host code I will give you the card kits and the embellishments, but you'll also get Stampin' Rewards from Stampin' Up because I do not want you to miss out on getting those. If you use the host code, you'll miss out on the rewards. So $150 order or more, don't use the host code. Okay, let's start making some cards. This is my fun part. We got all the business stuff out of the way. Now it's time to have fun. Here is the first pack. This one is going to be a birthday card, and it's Calypso Coral. And you know what? How many do you want to see that paper? I just thought I've got it right here. I meant to get this out, but I've got it in my cart. So let me start taking some out of here. Here's this one. It's a 6x6 pack. Isn't that pretty? And then we've got this side here. You know, I'm just going to take it out of here. Maybe I can find them faster. You get, I know it's 6 each. There's this one. Let me get a little closer so you can see it better. And then we've got this one. And this one. And that's actually the side I'm using for this first card here. Let's see here. There's this one. This one's got it's a different color combo, but I really like it. It's kind of rich looking. This side here. And then we've got this one here. So all these floral images can be used throughout the year, no problem. Then you get down to this one, and that one is definitely, well, it could be all year long, but those definitely look like poinsettias to me. So this is a good one for the Christmas card, and that is what I used. And here's another one with this side. So I do believe that is all of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, it is 8. So 8 designs, double-sided, and you get 6 of each design. So that gives you 48 altogether. Okay, I know sometimes it's hard to tell what the paper looks like. So I always like to be able to show you the paper. Okay, so this is the card base, 5.5 by 8.5. Here, I'm going to stand up here so I can see what I'm doing. Get this folded in half. And for those of you that are new to card making, because I've been having a lot of people on my Facebook group page say they're just now getting into card making. So I kind of give you some tips. When I fold things in half, I line up the corners, and that's what gets it lined up perfectly. I don't worry about looking at these long edges. If you get those corners lined up, then you've got it really good. Well, hi, Heather. Watching from Vancouver, Washington. Glad you're here. Let's see here. Move my cursor here. I was having trouble seeing the comment. Okay, now this piece is for the inside of the card. I'm going to grab this, and once again, I forgot to show the bundle. I always get started with the first card, and then I forget to bring the bundle out. Now, this bundle has a punch. Let me get the lighting just right so you can see it. It's called a modern oval punch. There we go. Isn't that cool? I really like the shape of this one. I'll be using this on a lot more than just this stamp set for sure. It's a really good punch. And this is the Modern Garden. So it's got all these different flowers. These can be any kind of flower, but they work really good as poinsettias. And you'll see that here on my Christmas card. And that's the last card I'll be doing. And it's also a fun fold card. So make sure you stay on so you can see me make that one. So that is the bundle. And this might show the pearls a little better. This is my pack that's open. But the colors are so pretty. And they're kind of the iridescent look to them too. The gold just looks gold. But these ones that are colors, you can actually kind of see different colors in it when the light hits it just right. So I'd say they're iridescent. They're really, really pretty. Okay, so we've got the card base folded in half. I'm going to get this inside and go ahead and do this. I'm going to grab, if I can get hold of it, my Calypso Coral and my Petal Pink. Oops. I'm going to grab this one here. So you can build so many different flowers. Some of these can be layered. This, I'm not going to layer that. I think the only one I actually layer tonight is the poinsettia one. I'm going to put that flower here. That's with the Petal Pink. Then I'm going to grab this one. And I'm going to stamp it up here. And then this one has a bunch of little flowers on it. And I'm going to do that in Pretty Peacock. Let's try that. And then there are some leaves. I'll just leave those open. I'm going to be using Garden Green for this one. I'm using different colors for the leaves on each card. So this time I'm using Garden Green. And all of these colors are in that DSP that I'm using tonight. Petal Pink is not listed, but since the pearls have Petal Pink pearls in them, that's why I grabbed it, and it looks really good with it. Now there is this little leaf one here. Do my Garden Green, and I'm going to do a couple. Kind of angle this one a little bit. There we go. I think this one is small enough. I'm just going to do one leaf there. And then there's one that has 3 little leaves. I'm going to kind of play around with this and see which looks better. Well, since I already put it down, let's just do this. There we go. I kind of smushed that a little bit, but you get the idea. Now I do have some flower centers because I want some in there. I'm going to use the bigger circle for my big flower, and this is with Calypso Coral. There we go. And then there's a smaller one. I'm going to do it in Petal Pink and kind of put it close to the middle. So that way it's got a little white around it. Let me get a little closer here. I still am having trouble figuring out how to zoom this camera in, so I'll keep bringing stuff up so you can see it. I've got to see if I can figure it out. I thought I had it figured out, and it's still not working right. So I'll get that figured out hopefully by next week. Okay, so now that is done. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on the inside of the card. Get my seal here. Oops. And I'm going to bring this down a little bit because I'm afraid when I open this up, I'm going to put it in an ink pad. I do not want to do that. Oh, I want that on the bottom. Okay, so that we've got our inside all done. I love to decorate the inside of my cards. Okay, now this piece is a 5 1/4 by 2 1/4 inch piece of basic white. And I'm going to stamp a bunch of flowers. Now this card is actually one I'm casing from myself. Yes, you can case from yourself. I should have put a link to that card. Maybe I'll add that later. There's a card I did quite a couple, 2 or 3 years ago. And I thought, oh, this would work good with this card too. So you can definitely do your old cards and just change it up a little bit with the stamp set. So I'm going to use the big one here with the Petal Pink. I'm going to put it about right here. Now I could kind of stamp it in different direction, the different spots, but then I would be afraid of not having enough room for the flower I want to put in the next flower. So I'm going to do this one at a time. You can do it whichever way you want. This is just a way I find it easier. Now I'm going to put some leaves on this one. I really like doing the double, and then I also let them overlap just a little bit. Excuse me, too. So we've got that there. I'm going to put one of the Calypso Coral ones right up here. And let's put a little leaf on that one too. And then I think it needs, where'd the Pretty Peacock ones go? There we go. This needs a little something right here in that empty spot there. And I'm going to put another Calypso Coral here. So I'm kind of making like little triangles. I don't want to be straight lines. Oh, hi, Jenny. And you're in Indiana too. Glad you're here. Okay, so now I've got those there. I want to do another Pretty Peacock. I'm going to put it about right here. I'm going to do a couple, I'm going to do a couple leaves on this one. Oops. There. It's nice thing with photopolymer, especially when the stamp is really easy. You can line them up pretty good to stamp it again because I only got half my leaf that first time. I'm going to grab that. There we go. This is a stamp that has the 3 little leaves. And let's see here. Because you can line these up. Oh, I think that bigger one will look good with the 2 leaves. There we go. So we have 2 leaves on that one and one there. You could add some more leaves if you want to, but that's all I'm going to do right now. Let's do, I think we need a pink one up there. Yeah, I'll do that one right there. These are ending up being in different spots than my original, but that is okay. Since a human being is doing it, it's going to look different. Okay, now I'm going to grab Let's see, I'm going to do another pink one. Oh, let's do it here. I know it's kind of close to that one. When you do 3, sometimes that's going to happen. I'm going to grab this one. I think we need a calypso. Well, let's do some leaves. So I'm going to start running out of room for my leaves if I don't start doing that. That looks good. Boy, I keep bouncing. I'm standing up. I'm not used to, I usually stamp sitting down. For videos, I need to stand up though so I can see what I'm doing. And sometimes I bounce. There we go. So we've got that one. Do another calypso coral. So just keep putting these all over. I'm kind of making my own DSP kind of, aren't I? Put another blue one up here, and then we'll put pink one down here. Oops, almost did it. Pretty peacock leaf. There we go. And I think I'm going to see here. I think I'm just going to do a 2-1 right there. That looks pretty good. Oh, I think I need a little leaf. I may not be able to fit one in there, though. Let's see. Oh, nope, that'll work. Because that pink one needed a little something. And because there's an empty spot here, we'll just put a leaf with that one. That looks pretty good to me. So I've got that pretty much covered up. But I still want to do those flower centers on those bigger flowers. So I'm going to take my calypso coral with a big circle. So I'm going to do it just like I did on the flowers I stamped on the inside because I want those to match up. There we go. And, oh, there it is. And then do the small one with the petal pink. Now, the large one will fill in the circle with this one too, but I wanted to go with a different look. And I kind of liked having that white border around that circle. So there we go. So that's all ready to go. Oh, hi, Myra from Iowa. I'm glad you're here. Yeah, aren't those pretty? Michelle, I like them too. And hello, Michelle. Glad you're here. You're a little late, but this is the first card. You're fine. Okay. I hope you're feeling better too. Let's see, Deborah. Oh, and Deborah, you're watching in Oregon. I'm glad you're here too. Okay. Oh, yes. I also do the punching for you. This is made with that modern label punch I showed here a minute ago, part of the bundle. And I'm going to grab the It's Your Birthday. I'm going to do it in Pretty Peacock. And I'm going to put it over on the right center of this piece. And then I've got these 2 little flower stamps here. Whenever I do a 2-step, I normally stamp with the dark color first, and that's what I'm going to do here. I had to play around with this one. I think I finally figured out. Let's see if I can remember how I did it. I'm going to angle this. There's one. Let's see if you can see that. It kind of sticks out all by itself. It's kind of longer and sticks out more than the others. I'm going to put that one right about there. And this one is going to be done with petal pink. And I'm going to find the one that's kind of sticking out for that one. That's this one. Now you can line these up so those are right inside the petals, but I kind of wanted them to be offset. So you can kind of line it up and kind of move it over to the right a little bit. And stamp it here. And that way those calypso coral ones are kind of in between the petals. There we go. I think you see that better now. And then I like this stem. This is a neat stem. I'm going to use garden green. Kind of angle it. There we go. So there's my little birthday. Now you could just put the It's a Birthday there in the center, but I thought it was a little too small for the oval. I thought I didn't want all that white space. So that's why I decided to stamp a flower. And that is all the stamping we're going to do on this card. So let me close these up. I'll be using some of these again, but I don't want them to dry out. And plus, I'm always scared I am going to put it in an ink pad. And I have done that before. I've finished a card and plopped it on an ink pad. And just about, it breaks your heart every time you do it. Okay, now, so this was this. Then I've got a piece of calypso coral. It's a little bigger than this one. This one is a 5 1/4 by 2 1/2. Let me get this out of the way. Put some adhesive on here. And this is going to go right along the center. Now the length is the same. They're both 5¼ inches long. So I'm going from edge to edge. So there is that. I want to grab the piece that has the zigzag that I did already. That's how it's going to look in the pack if you get the card kits. Oop, there's a little bit of white hanging over there. So I must have cut a little bit too long. So what I do, I turn it over, put those scissors right up against that Calypso Coral cardstock, the shorter cardstock. That helps me be able to keep cutting it straight. I could never cut that straight if it wasn't for that cardstock helping me. I go angled, everything. I can never cut straight. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on. It's going to go across. Let's see, which way do I want to go? It doesn't matter. I'll go ahead and go this way. So it's going to be near the top, actually almost centered, maybe a little more up at the top than centered. Just put all the way across here. Oh, there's even a little bit hanging over here. My goodness. It's like I cut them all a little bit different. Okay. And now I want to take some of this Calypso. This is the ribbon or the trim that's in the Garden Walk suite. It's Calypso Coral. And it's this one is a 7-inch piece. I'm going to wrap that around here. I'm going to grab my tear and tape here. There we go. Put some on my thumb. And I think I want it just about there. I'm going to wrap that end and put the tear and tape right over it to hold it in place. Now I'll get this all straightened out. So I'm kind of looking more here to make sure down here is about the same, about it being straight. Bring this over and then put this down. Whenever I do tear and tape, I always push on it to make sure there aren't any air bubbles and it's attached really good. Because when I start taking that paper backing off, I don't want the adhesive to come up with it. And I found that's the easiest way to do that. Now, before I put this on the card base though, I want to grab a piece of the DSP. I'm actually going to use this side. This is a 5¼ by 1-inch piece. I tried one of the others that had flowers and it was almost too many flowers with these already being stamped. So I ended up liking this better, but you can use whatever design you want because this side would work too if you wanted to use that, but I didn't use any wild weed up here. So that's why I decided to change it. What makes the fancy edge? Oh, good question, Paula. I'm glad you asked that. Here is, these are the basic border dies. These are in the annual catalog. So there's 1, 2, 3, 6 different borders. And this one right here is the one I used. So I just lined it up. I am so glad you asked that because I was going to show you that. So I just kind of centered it and put it through my die cutting machine. And that gave me that neat, and it's even got some stitching on it. So this is a really neat die set. So it's called the Basic Borders dies. So those are in the annual catalog. Okay. Now I've got this adhesive on the back. I'm going to be trying to make it so the border, let me get my hands out of the way. The border here and on the bottom of the card base showing, I want it to be about the same width. Okay. So you can see how the sides here and the bottom are the same width. Now I'm going to put adhesive on this. I don't have to worry about going over the ribbon because I've already got the tear and tape on there. I'm going to get my take your pick tool. Well, I am tongue-tied tonight. Wow. Take the paper backing off. I think it's a lot easier to use the paper piercer on the take your pick tool. And I always start taking it off in between where the ribbon's at and the tear and tape end. If you do it too close to the ribbon, you'll probably pop the adhesive off. If you do it close to the edge, it's gonna happen too. I find it's a little easier to go in between. Aren't those dies beautiful, Michelle? I love them. Okay, now this one, I'm going to turn this upside down. So I've got my fold here. I want the border around it to be the same. And I'm I'm just laying it down. I'm not pushing it down. I want to make sure that these edges kind of line up with the edges of the DSP, and they are. So now I'm going to push it down. So that's what it looks like. Now I'm going to grab this. I'm going to put this on with dimensionals. And since the ribbon is going to be going kind of here in between, I'm going to put a dimensional in those two places and down here in the bottom. And then the ribbon will just go right in between those. These off. And I'm going to have this go right over the ribbon. Like so. So I am covering up some of those flowers, but I still wanted to stamp that whole thing because you don't know exactly where you're going to put that label. Oh, thanks, Carrie. I'm glad you're liking it. Oh, hi, Carol from Kansas. Glad you're here. Boy, we've got people from all over tonight. Very cool. I love that. Okay, so we've got that there. This is a 4-inch piece of that Calypso Coral braided linen trim. So what I'm going to do, I'm just threading it underneath the attached ribbon, and I'm going to tie it on with a single knot. You can use a double knot if you want to. Whenever I do a double knot, it never looks good. And plus this way I can kind of play around with it. Actually went down like I wanted it to, but if it didn't, I could just put my thumb on that knot and tug these down. And that'll make it go down a little more. So that way you've got them going the way you want them to go. Now I'm going to grab my scissors. These work a little better. These are starting to get dull on me. I'm going to have to get some scissor sharpeners. There we go. And now I want to put some bling on it. So I'm going to use those blooming pearls. And I decided to go with the petal pink ones. I thought this flower here needed a little center. So I'm going to grab one of the large, let me get these paper backings off. Large petal pink pearl. Put it right there in the middle. And I thought we needed a little more something on this label. So I'm going to grab a couple small petal pink pearls. We'll put one here. And about here. So once again, that's another triangle. A lot of times when you're stamping a whole pattern like this, you want to go triangles so it doesn't look all straight. You don't want these straight lines. And you kind of do that with your embellishments too. And odd numbers are usually the way to go. So that is the first card. I just think that's real bright and cheery. And I kind of like that little, I was just going to put one flower in. I thought, oh no, I'm going to add those other three. And I think that makes a nice little bouquet. Oh, thanks, Becky. I'm glad you like it. Thanks, Polly. Oh, hi, Michelle. Glad you're here. It is better late than never. This is just the first card. You can always watch the replay to see how we made it, but it's pretty easy. Let's see. I wonder if that was scissors sharpeners work. I know sometimes I have bought sharpeners for scissors and they don't work. So we'll see. I've heard of some that really do work. So I need to investigate that because I still love these scissors. They're just little areas. We used to sell these. These are old Stampin' Up scissors. There's just a couple of places where they're getting kind of dull, but I've had them for a long time. Quite a few years actually. It's been a lot of years since we sold them. Okay. Oh, thanks, Kathy. I'm glad you liked it. So I'm going to put this to the side. Now I'll start with card number 2. I'm using 7 ink pads. And there's 6 colors in the paper. Like I said, the petal pink is not listed, but it still works, especially since the pearls have petal pink pearls to them that go along with the paper. But I was able to get some really totally different color combos again, which those of you that watched me for a while, I love it when that happens. Oh, thanks, Wendy. I'm glad you think it's a happy card. I think so too. The bright colors really cheer you up. Oh, Cheryl, you're welcome. I love to give tips. I've been doing this, making cards. Well, I've been a demonstrator for over 20 years, but making cards probably started a couple of years before that. I think that's about a couple of years before that. So I've been doing this for a while, but I love to share tips to help you out, make it easier for you. You're learning from my mistakes. Many, many, many mistakes. So this was that regular card base. It's 5.5 by 8.5. Put that to the side. This time it's going to be a portrait. So that was like a landscape, I guess is what you call it. This is a portrait card. Put that over to the side. I've already emboss this. This is done. Oh, there we go. I think you can see it a little better that way. I never know which angle to go. This is the quatrefoil embossing folder. It's in the annual catalog, and it's one of the ones that are around 6x6. I don't think, boy, it's really hard to see but you can see it better. The design, you definitely can't see the design in here, but it's just one of the regular embossing folders. It's not a 3D, but I love the design on that. There we go. That shows a little better. So this one, don't want to put it on yet. That's right. I had to look at my card to remember what I was doing. And these are two different designs. I love, if I remember right, each, there are 8 designs. Each one has like a one that goes along with it. If you know what I mean. This has more pretty peacocks and blues in it. And I think those work really good together. There are 2, the Christmas one, there's another one's got the same color combo. Same with the pink one that I used for the first card. So there's like a twin with it. Different designs, but the color combos are the same. There we go. That makes more sense. But this time I'm going to use the stripe side for this one. This is a 1.5 by 5-inch piece, but I didn't want it to just be a regular straight edge on the bottom. So I'm going to make this into a banner. Now we've got a banner. I can't remember. It's Banner Builder Punch. I think, yeah, Banners Pick a Punch. That's it. But it only goes up to 1 inch. This is 1.5, so it's too thick for that. So the way to make a banner, I'm looking at this. These flowers actually are going a certain direction, so I want to make sure that they're going the right direction because I'm looking at these stems here underneath them. I'm going to go right here in the center and make a little slit. Okay, that helps me know right where close to the center of the paper is. Then I'm going to take my scissors, start at the corner here, get my scissors to angle right to the top of that slit that I just made. You know what? I think I'm going to turn this around so I can see a little better. You probably won't be able to see it any better, but I can see it a little better. So I am stopping right at that top of that slit. So now I have a nice little slit here. And now I can see it better now that I cut that off. So I'm starting down here again at the point, at the corner, angling my scissors so they're right at the top of that slit. And that makes it so I can make a nice banner. If you don't make that slit in the middle, you're going to have your point in a weird spot. These aren't going to be close to being the same angle. It's not perfect, but it looks real close. That's something I've learned too. I used to just cut and they always looked willy-nilly. It never looked really good. And this is the best way to make a little banner. Make sure you do that center slit first. So now I'm going to take my adhesive and I'm going to put that on the left side of the card. No, I'm not. I want to grab this first. I just looked at my card. So this is a 2 by 4 inch piece. I do like this floral image, but I still have more design so I can use it on another card. But I was just going to be too busy doing that. So this is going to go here. I'm going to cut angle. Once again, I'm looking at the top. I'm sorry, bottom, top, and the side here. The side's going to be a little narrower, but I want the top and the bottom to be about the same of where the white cardstock is showing that is. Then I'm going to take this banner. I'm going to line the top edge of the banner here. Here we go. Make sure it's going down straight. And once it looks good to me, now I'm going to push it down. And now I'm going to take, I've got 2 pieces of that Calypso coral. These are 6-inch pieces. This is that braided linen trim again. Grab some tear and tape again. If I can find the end, there we go. I've used this a few videos thinking, oh, I'm definitely going to get to you can see how I barely have any left. I keep thinking I'm going to run out. I always have a backup over here on my cart, but I have yet to get to the bottom of this. One of these days it's going to happen. Okay, so take the 6-inch piece. I'm going to wrap it around here. I kind of want it up about that high. So about 1 inch, maybe a little, in between 1 inch and 1.25 inch above the bottom of this rectangle piece, the stripe design. Get my tape there. Get that straight. Do this. I get my thumb out of the way here. There we go. Now that I've got the ribbon wrapped around there, I can put this on the card base. So let's get some adhesive on here. And push that tear and tape down so it's good and attached. Glad they brought the pretty peacock back. Me too, Becky. Oh, I love the pretty peacock. I was very happy about that one coming back. And Lost Lagoon, that one goes really good with this color. So I was very happy, especially Pretty Peacock. I like it better. I like Lost Lagoon, but I like the Pretty Peacock better, I think. Oh, you know what? I didn't push that one down very hard. It started coming up. So since that one started coming up, I'm going to start over here on the other side. There, perfect. Bring in my card base and put this right in the middle. Okay. And now I'm going to do some stamping. Grab this again. You never know which order I'm going to do. Usually I'll do stamping first. Sometimes I start putting it together first. I keep you guessing. Okay, I'm going to use this flower here. This one's got some lines to it. You'll be able to see it better when I stamp. I really like this flower. I think this one is pretty. I like the whimsical look of these. We don't always have to use flower stamps that look like real flowers. I like using these too. So isn't that a neat one? Let me get it closer. There we go. I've got to figure out how to get this camera closer. I hope you can see what I'm doing when I'm stamping. It's a little farther away than what I normally do. Now I need to grab that stem. Need to clean that off because I used garden green with the first card. This time I'm going to use pretty peacock. I know that's not a real green, more a bluish green, but see how these stems here are pretty peacock? I wanted to go along with the paper, so that's why I'm going to do that. Yeah, Michelle, I remember you saying that you really liked pretty peacock last time. It is a gorgeous color. Oh, yeah, Deborah. Oh, I forgot to turn that phone off. Hold on just a second. That's crazy. That's our landline, and that normally doesn't even ring, and I forgot to turn it off. Okay, we live in a valley, and sometimes we don't get a very good cell signal. That's the only reason we've still got a landline. I'm ready to get rid of that, though. Okay, so we've got this stem here with the pretty peacock, and I'm going to angle this like so. Now, one thing, don't fret, because the way this is made, it's not going to line up perfectly with the flower, and it's going to look just fine, so don't worry about it. Now, that one I kind of angled a little funny, but it's going to be good. And I want to put a center in it. And there is some wild wheat in this, so I'm going to use a wild wheat flower center. I'm going to use the large circle. And I better clean that off because it's still got clips of coral on it. And for those of you that are new to stamping, this is called a Simply Chamois. It's something else that Stampin' Up sells. We've got a Stampin' Scrub that also works. I like the chamois better because I can keep rinsing this out. I know it looks awful, but you see it when it runs clear. And I always had trouble with the Stampin' Scrub because I could never get it really, really clean, and it would get dirty really fast. So some people still love the Stampin' Scrub the best. So that's why I'm glad we've got both of them. Because I've got some friends that still like the scrub a lot better than the chamois, but I like the chamois. So I'm going to put this wild wheat circle in the center. But you always want to clean off your stamps when you change colors. Okay. Let's see, Becky, I still have some of the foiled looking pretty peacock paper. Oh, yes, that from a few years ago. That was gorgeous, wasn't it? That even was with that peacock set, wasn't it? I loved that. That was gorgeous. Okay, so now we've got this done. So that's instead of doing the greeting, I'm just doing a flower with this one. So the last card we did a flower and the greeting. This one I'm just doing the flower. And I'm going to put, excuse me, you know what? Wait a minute. I'm going to do the greeting. This is a 2.5 by 1/2 inch piece of basic white. And I'm going to use this one. It says, enjoy your special day. I'm going to use Pretty Peacock. Let's see, Michelle. Let's see. I'm going to read it out loud because it's easier for me to read it. So most of my problem is deciding what to even use. This move has, I bet that move has got you going crazy. ADHD crazy. Yeah. Moving can drive you nuts. That's for sure. Um, Tried to make some decorative backgrounds and couldn't focus. I have a lady who wants 100 party favors. Oh my goodness, that's going to take you a while with a masquerade ball theme. And I'm supposed to be doing the prototype. Can't focus on that. That's because you're moving into a new house. You'll be able to focus again. I hope you can focus soon so you can get those done. But believe me, it is impossible. I think it's impossible anyway to focus when you're moving. It is. Oh, we plan on staying in this house for the rest of our lives. My husband jokes around, be taking me out in the pine box, is what he says, because we hate moving. This is only the third house we've ever lived in, and we've been married 34 years, so we don't like moving. Okay, so I've got this on there, but I put it over towards the right. And I'm going to cut this at an angle because I didn't want it to just be a regular rectangle. So that's another way to make a nice little end. Just kind of cut it at an angle. I kind of smushed that a little bit, but you can still read that. That looks fine. Special day. This one I'm going to put that to the side. Let's put this on first. This one is going to go on with dimensionals again. And for my newbies, if you want to mail something, I highly suggest only using Stampin' Dimensionals on one layer. If you get to using 2 or 3, it's going to get fat and you're going to have to pay an extra postage because it's not going to be able to go through their little 1/4 inch width thing. I've got a little guide that I use to check if I've made them too thick. But if it's usually if it's just the one layer, it'll still go through and use regular postage. So that ribbon is going to go here in the middle. Oh yeah, Michelle, I do too. Having the edge at an angle, I do too. I think it makes it look a lot neater, not just a plain old rectangle. Okay, now I'm going to put this. I want to have a little bit of that striped paper showing on the right, and I kind of liked it going over that banner just a little bit. Now this, since I've got this raised, I only need to put adhesive on this end. This end, though, I'm going to put a dimensional. If I did a dimensional back here, that's going to make that angle. It's going to make an angle kind of funny. So this end, I know is going to be on top of this one. It's already popped up. So this end is going to get the adhesive. This end is going to be over here, so it needs a dimensional so it'll be straight. Take that paper backing off. And I'm going to put it, let's see here. I'm going to kind of look here. I don't want that point to go over the edge of the card base. There we go. So now the adhesive is keeping it down here and the dimensional is holding it up here. So it's the same. So it's flat with this one here. So that is the front of the card. Oh, except I need to grab this other 6-inch piece. I'm going to tie this in a little bow. Whenever I do bows, I'm right-handed. So I start on the left end of the ribbon. You don't want to start in the middle. You want to start on an end because this is the side I'm going to be doing all the wrapping. And since this is a small piece, because I just wanted a small bow. There we go. So now I can play around with it. And this trim is easy to tie a bow. Easier than a lot of ribbon, let me put it that way. Because that kind of went together pretty quick. I like that. Turned out to be a cute little bow. Now the ends are different sizes right now. That is okay. I'm going to trim that up here in just a minute. But I'm going to grab a glue dot. The glue dot's just a little bit bigger than my knot. So I'm going to kind of squeeze it while it's still here on the paper backing, squeezing the mini glue dot, that is. That's going to make it thinner. So that way there isn't any of it sticking out from the front. I'm going to angle this a little bit. I'm okay with it going over the stem a little bit, but I kind of want it angled some. There we go. Now, the reason I did it separate from this, it does use less ribbon, but whenever I wrap a longer piece around here and I try to get the bow just right, I can never get the bow to go the angle I want it to. So that's why I do a separate bow and put it on with a glue dot. And that way I can get that bow going the direction I want it to. And then I'll just trim these so they'll be the same size. This one just needs to be trimmed just a teeny bit. Oh, I hit that dull area. There we go. So there it is with the bow. I said that bow really set it off. Now I'm going to grab, oh, actually, I want to stamp the inside. Look, oh yeah, I almost forgot what I did on the inside. I'm going to grab let me look at this again. Okay, I'll do the flower first. So I'm going to grab that same flower, stamp it in Calypso Coral, put it about right here. Then I'm going to grab that stem. I really like the shape of this stem. I think it's cute. And I'm okay with the stem going off the edge. My main thing is having that flower look good. I'm fine with that. It's just showing here. It kind of looks like it's just popping up from the corner. And then I'm going to grab the wild wheat and put a wild wheat center in it. And this is one color I wasn't sure if I was going to like it, but I really do. I think it looks cool, and it will lighten up. You can kind of tell it looks kind of dark on this one, and it's already lightening up on this one. Well, you may not be able to tell too much in the video, but you can definitely tell in person. So now that is all the stamping on this card. And I will turn this over. I always think it's a little easier with our seal to not have the cushioning underneath it. I think it rolls a little better when you have a hard surface underneath it. Put this in. There we go. I do too, Michelle. I like that a lot. Oh, thanks, Christy. I'm glad you like it. Oh, hi, Carla. Don't they have great ribbons, Carla? I love them. They're really, really good. Okay. So here's that. Oh, the bling. My goodness, Christy. I almost forgot the bling. Let's bring that in. I'm going to use the pretty peacock ones this time. I'm going to use 2 each size. So I'm going to use this. You know what? A couple of my large ones have the glue dot off to the side. Let me see if I get that. Well, I'll play with that later. This one looks better. I'm going to put this one right here and then grab a small one. I'm going to have a little grouping with this one and put it right there. And to me, that's going to count as one. Because remember I said you normally use odd numbers. You can have, like I'm using 4 pearls, which is an even number, but I'm kind of grouping this. So I think that counts as one. That's how I do it. I'm going to grab another big one. I'm going to put it right here. And I'm going to grab a small one and put it right here on the corner of my little banner for my greeting. Now it's done. So I hope you like that. So that is a totally different, I'll bring all 3 cards back out as soon as we're done with all of them. That's a totally different color scheme. I still use Calypso Coral, but it's got a lot more pretty peacock to it than the first card did. So it makes it a little bit darker. But yeah, these flowers are a lot of fun. I can definitely see scrapbooking with this set. I know there aren't any dies with the flowers, but like I did on the first one, making my own designer series paper, you could make your own designer series paper, stamp it up, stamp them all over the strip, and put it on your scrapbook page. I think it would look really cute. They're just a good size for cards and for scrapbooking. Okay. Oh, thanks, Michelle. I'm glad you like that. Okay, now we are ready for a fun fold and a Christmas card. I haven't made too many Christmas cards yet this year. Actually, I did a few. That's right. I did do a few back in July. I had a Christmas in July series. I forgot all about that. So if you want to check out my past lives, you can find some of those there. But since the holiday catalog came out, I've only made a couple. So I wanted to make sure I did one tonight because I want to start gearing up for Christmas now. Now, these are the 2. Remember, I said they're kind of like twins with color combos. So that would be these. But this time, that is too much. You can do whichever you want. I'm going to use the striped on this one and the poinsettia on this one. Let me grab my trimmer here because I'm going to need to do some scoring. You can also use the Simply Scored scoring tool if you want to. I'm going to make sure this dark blade here is out of the way because that's cutting. I do not want to cut. This is a piece of Poppy Parade. This is one of the colors I have not used yet on any of the cards, but this is also in the paper. This one is an 8.5 by 4.25 inch piece. So it's smaller than regular card bases. And with an 8.5 side along the top, I'm going to score it at 5.5 inches. Oh yeah, this fun fold is called a Joy Fun Fold. It's our Joy Fold card. There we go. The Joy Fold card has been around for quite a while. But I've got that scored. Now I want to score this one. This is a wild wheat piece. This is 8.5 by 3.25. And this one I'm going to score at 4 1/4 inches. So this is just going to fold this one in half. So that is all the scoring. So let me get this out of the way. This one, and whenever you do scoring, I always thought it was the total opposite. But wherever the mountain of the score line is, like this is the valley, this is the mountain is the inside of the fold. The only way I figured that out was one time I bought some card bases from Stampin' Up, and that was how you were supposed to fold them. I'm like, oh, okay, I didn't know that. So here we go. We've got the valleys. The valley. So that's the outside. There's my mountain. So I'll fold this one in half. So get those burnished. There we go. Oh, Christy, yeah, I love fun folds too. They're fun. That's a good name for them, fun folds, because they are fun to make. So what's going to happen, there's this fold here. This one, I want the fold on the opposite side. Okay, so you'll see how to put all this together in a minute. So a fold here and a fold on this side. Let's go ahead and decorate this base here. So this is a 2 3/4 by 4 inch piece of the DSP. It's the Garden Walk DSP, in case you forgot the name. Oh, there we go. I almost always forget the name. Get some adhesive on here. And this will fit perfectly on this flap. And then when we go to open it, this just looks kind of plain. You can leave it blank, but I'm going to do this 2 3/4 by 4 inch piece here. So that's going to be on the inside. So you can definitely use this side if you want to. This didn't look too Christmassy to me. The color scheme would work, but the flowers are kind of different. So that's why I went with the striped on the inside. But you don't have to have Christmas flowers. Just as long as the color combo looks Christmassy, it'll work. So that we've got that and that one on the outside. Put that to the side. Now make sure if you make this card, the fold is on the right. This is a piece of Mossy Meadow 4x3. And look at that neat embossing. Isn't that cool? Oops, almost dropped some pearls. This is from the Christmas Tidings embossing folder. It's got a bunch of words on it. It's got like a little gingerbread man, ornaments, presents, poinsettia. It's got a lot of different things. This is in the September to December mini catalog. Now, if you live in the United States and don't have a demonstrator of your own, and would like catalogs, I'll always send your first set of catalogs out to you free. You can contact me, click the contact me link below in the YouTube video, or you can message me there on Facebook and give me your mailing address, and I'll mail some catalogs out to you. Just let me know. But this is all from the September mini catalog. So like I said, this is 4x3. So I'm going to turn this over. It's the first time I've used this embossing folder. I really like it. Put this on. Okay. And now that that's on, I think I'm going to go ahead and attach this to the card base itself. So I'm going to turn this over. Normally, I don't go all the way across an edge, but I'm going to on this one because this one is going to be seeing some more action because this is the one that you open up. And I don't want it to fall off of my card. So I am going around all of the edges here. I think I even put one there in the middle for good measure. So you can see how I've got all the way around. I want to make sure that fold is on the right. I'm going to keep it closed because I think it's easier to center it this way. So here's the score line. And I want to center this in this whole section right here. We've got this on. Okay. Then you open this up. That goes down, and that's the Joy Fold card. So it opens like this. Okay. Now I'm going to put an inside. This is where we can do our writing. So this is another 4x3 inch piece. And I'm going to stamp a poinsettia in that. Wrap this. I'm going to use Poppy Parade. And I'm going to do a two-step type thing. So we've got the larger one and the smaller one. I want the larger one to be lighter. Now, normally, I said earlier when I do two-step, I usually go with the dark color first and then do the light. With this one being the bigger one, I'm going to go with the bigger one instead. But you play around with it the way you want to. just and see what works best for you. So I'm going to put this one here. So I stamped off, and that gives you a lighter version of the color. That takes some of the ink off. Now this one, I don't want to take any ink off. Okay. Now to line this up, let's see, how did I do that? You can see how this one kind of, oh, I just kind of play around with it. I'm trying to remember how I did this. Oh, there we go. These two and these two kind of look the same. This is just the smaller version. So I've got one stick. That's what it was. There's that petal that's sticking out more than the others. And there's the petal sticking out more than the others there. So those are the two you want to line up. I knew there was a trick to that. And I'm also looking at the little hole I've got here for the flower center. I want that to be in the middle of this flower center here. And we get all that lined up, and it doesn't have to be perfect. It's actually a little different shape, so it's not going to be on there perfect, but that lines it up pretty good. There we go. So now we've got a two-tone effect on that. I'll be stamping a couple more, so you'll get to see it again. And then there is a piece, stamp here that has a bunch of little dots. You know how poinsettias have all those little dots in the center? Oh, Michelle, you want one? Okay. Make sure that you're on Facebook. Just message me your address and I'll get one mailed out to you. I'd be happy to do that. Oh, thanks, Becky. Yeah, isn't that a neat embossing folder? It is adorable. I can't wait to use it somewhere. I like all the gingerbread. Yeah, it's really cute. Stocking. It's a neat one. Okay, so I've got the one that has all the dots. I'm going to use, since I've already got what I did, I looked at these and I liked the wild wheat for those centers there because I wanted them to look a little bit like these. So where did I put? Oh, there it is. Almost lost my ink pad. So I put that there. That right in the center. Now this is larger than that center, but I'm okay having some little darker ones. You can definitely see the wild wheat there, but I think it still looks good. And get my finger out of the way. Maybe it'll focus better. There we go. And like I said, that wild wheat will lighten up. Okay. Oh, that's nice of you, Debbie. I'm glad you're watching too. Okay. Let's see. Okay, that's my inside. Put this on. And open this up, and this will just be the inside. So now we can put a little greeting in there if we want to mail these. And really, these aren't that hard to make. So if you've got some people that you want to send a special card to, like your mom or your kids or anything like that, it really doesn't take that long to make at all. Now, the one thing it does take a little while, I'm going to be doing some fussy cutting. Now, I'm not going to make you sit and watch me do a bunch of them. Where did my, oh, here we go. This is a quarter sheet. This is a 5.5 by 4.25 inch piece of basic white. This will be plenty big enough to do the poinsettias I want to stamp. So I'm going to show you how I stamped them all. So there's my big one. I'm going to stamp off because I want it lighter. And I'm going to do 2 of them. This is probably more paper than what I need. I thought just in case a mistake's made, I can stamp again. Now I'm going to take the small one. There's the petal that's sticking out more, and there's the petal that's sticking out more. Get that hole in the center of the holes together, because there's actually, that may look like a little hole that you're looking at, but then when you turn it over, you can tell the stamp, it's actually a bigger hole. You can tell that here. It's about almost the same size, just a little bit smaller. Line those 2 petals in the center up. There we go. So now we've got the 2-tone effect. And now I wanted 2 small ones. So I'm not going to stamp off this time either. There we go. So yeah, that's more cardstock than what I needed, but that's okay. So we've got all of those there. And then when I fussy cut them out, like I said, I'm not going to make you sit here and watch me do all of them. But the trick with fussy cutting is you open up your scissors and then you move the paper and slowly close the scissors up. Barely move the scissors though. You're actually moving the paper more, and that makes it so you can get a nice smooth cut. You're not going to have little choppy cuts. Then when the scissors are about closed, stop, open them up, and start again. So actually, I'm going to kind of, this paper's kind of getting in the way. So then I'm going to cut. I'm moving the paper more than the cardstock. And these are not, I'm not a big fussy cutter, but these are super easy to cut out. They don't take that long at all. On anything that's intricate, I figure out a way not to have to fussy cut because I'm not doesn't look good all the time. To see how that you just keep cutting all those out, and that will give you. Oh, and I forgot. I'm going to at least finish the stamping because I'll probably put these on another card. So I want to get that center. This is with that wild wheat. Just as long as it's close to the center, doesn't matter if it's perfect. So now they look more like poinsettias. We've got those neat looking centers to them. So now with TV magic, I've got all 4 of those cut out. Hi, Mimi. Glad you're here from Wichita, Kansas. So you've been here the last few lives. I'm glad you're back. Okay, so I'm going to put these over to the side. Oh, yes, one more thing to stamp. Where did I put my little... I'm not kidding. I have so many papers around here. Oh, there we go. There's another label. So I will anything that has the label in the card kits, I've already punched them out for you. This one, I'm just going to stamp a greeting. I'm not going to put any flowers on it because the wishing you the warm blessings of Christmas fits really good in this. And I'm going to use Mossy Meadow because this goes with the color of this cardstock here. I love that it's a photopolymer stamp set because you can see where you're stamping. There we go. Yeah, don't you just love the magic of TV, Cindy? Let's see. Hi from Australia. Hi, Katie. I'm glad you're here. Always glad to hear people that are watching. Especially when you're out of the country. It's pretty cool. So we've got this here. I am going to put this on right in the center of the embossed piece. I'm just going to use regular adhesive because I'm going to pop up one of those dimensionals. Get all these paper things out of the way. So this will go right in the middle. And the way I'm embossing this piece here, I'm making sure Christmas goes along the top. So you'll still see the Christmas up there. Now it's going to get covered up a little bit by poinsettias, but I just thought that looked neat up there. So now I'm going to grab this big one here. I'm going to put it on with regular adhesive. And I forgot to mention this, but I did not put adhesive here on the very edge because I want to be able to lift this up. And this one I wanted to tuck under a little bit. Okay. So there we go. Now I'm going to grab this one, and this one is going to go on with dimensionals. I'm only going to do one dimensional though. Where did I put? Oh, there they are. Because I'm going to be tucking these 2 little ones underneath it a little bit. So I just want one dimensional. And because of the size of this flower, one is going to be just fine. A lot of times I like to put more than one so it doesn't wobble. But one, it really does fine with this just because of the shape of this. Oh, we've got some people. Christy says her husband's close to Wichita. And I can't remember who's in Wichita, but it's a small world, isn't it? Okay, I'm going to put this down here. And I want to make sure I don't cover up the Christmas. And I'm okay if it hangs over this because there's no glue on the edges of this, so it's going to still open up. So if the flower goes over the edge of this wild wheat card part of it, that's fine. But now that that's popped up, I can slide these underneath. So I'm going to put some adhesive. Well, if I can get this going again. And I'm going to stick this one under here. And then this one, well, I'm afraid that's going to roll off my table there. Oops, I got some adhesive on there. Get that off. And this one, I'm going to tuck under right there. Okay, so we're almost done, but there had the poinsettias looks. You could stop there if you wanted to, but I thought I needed a little something right there. So I've got this 9-inch piece. This is from the Simply Elegant trim. It's in the annual catalog. There's a spool of gold and a spool of silver. So as you can tell, this is the gold one. So once again, I'm going to tie a bow. So I'm starting on the left end since I'm right-handed. Because all the wrapping is going to be done over here on the right side. That's why I want it longer. Tie my bow. I don't worry about the loops being the same size when I first do it. because like you can see, I'm adjusting it now. I do all the adjusting after I tie it. And then when I get it to where I want it, then I kind of tighten it up a little bit again. I think I'm gonna make this a little bit bigger. There we go. And I'm gonna hold on to my knot here and pull these down, these tails down. So that kind of helps them not go every which way. Grab my glue dots again. Put it right there in the center of the glue dot. And once again, I'm going to pinch the glue dot to make it smaller. Oh, thanks, Becky. I'm glad you're liking it. And I'm going to put this one down here in the bottom corner of my label, making sure that it's not going to cover up my label, my greeting again. There we go. Actually, I'm okay with the length of that one, so I'm going to leave that one alone. This one's a little bit too long, so clip that one off. Well, now I made that one too short, so I'll keep trimming until they look close to the same size. There we go. So I've got our little bow, but we're not done yet. Need to put some more shine on this. So where did I put my pearls? Oh, there. No, those are the door prizes. Okay, hold on a second. I know they're here somewhere. There they are. Grab my pearls, and this time I'm going to use the gold ones. I ended up not using any of the garden green ones for these cards. I'm going to grab a big one and put it up here. I'm going to grab a small one and put it down here, and another small one, and I put one right there on the label. And that is that card. So that's the Joy Fold card. An oldie but a goodie. Oh, thanks, Mimi. I'm glad you like that. Let me grab all the cards again. Let's see here. There we go. Get in the order I did them in. So you can see how the color combos are totally different from each other, which is what I love being able to do. So we've got our lighter colored ones, darker colored ones. Oh, thanks, Kathleen. I'm glad you liked it. Oh, thanks, Kathy. Yeah, the Christmas card, I'm really happy with how that turned out. So this is a really good set you can use all year long. Oh, thanks, Deborah. I'm glad you like them. So don't forget. Oh, thanks, Polly. Very fun. Yeah, I like this fun fold a lot. I've done this a few times. It's a fun one. Oh, thanks, Myra. Some fun folds can almost be too, well, I don't want to say, I like fun fold cards, even if they're harder to make, but I tend to like the ones that aren't real hard to make. They still look extra special, but see, that one that only took 2 score lines, and it wasn't that hard to make at all. So I really like it when they aren't that hard to make, but still seem extra special. So somebody that gets this be like, oh, they really worked hard on this one, but we know it wasn't that bad. Yeah, Polly, yeah, I love this stamp set. It is really, really nice. And I really love this punch. Let me show you the punch again. That is just, it's good for so many greetings. And I love how the oval, these parts are straight. It's not just your regular oval. So it's a really neat punch. And this is also in that September to December mini catalog. So this, if you can buy the punch separately, you can buy the stamp set separately. But if you purchase these together, you save 10% if you do the bundle price. So the bundle is always the best deal. Oh, thanks, Carrie. Simple enough not to confuse the recipient. Exactly. When you have a fun fold card where you have to put instructions on the inside, that might be, I know there's some that are like that, because I've had some people say, oh yeah, I got to put instructions in it so they know how to open it up. But yeah, this one's pretty self-explanatory. It's pretty easy. Oh, thanks, Christy. I'm glad you like it. Okay, well, that is it for tonight. That last week, I don't know about you, last week went so fast. I couldn't believe it was Thursday already. But I did better. I actually made these cards yesterday. I didn't do it today. Like last week, I did everything the same day. That was too much. This was a lot better. Oh, thanks, Debbie. You left the first one. I got here late and missed it. Oh, just watch the recording. You can definitely, the replay will pop up as soon as the live is over. So to make sure everybody remembers that came in this, and I know I've got quite a few people that haven't been on before, want to make sure you know about the door prizes. This one here for everybody that has watched live and commented that lives in the United States will get put in my spinning wheel. Oops, I'm throwing it around. I've got a door prize wheel that I put everybody's names in. So once the live is over, I will come back to all the comments, copy and paste everybody's name into this wheel and then have the wheel decide who is going to win these. These are the adhesive back speckled dots. I actually used these in the class last week and had an extra one that I could give away. So I wanted to bring this out. These are brand new in the September to December mini catalog. So everybody that commented that lives in the United States, because with it being product, I can only give it to people that live in the United States. Plus, it helps me with the shipping. The shipping gets a little more expensive when I have to mail it outside of the country. So that's how that works. So come back in about half an hour to 45 minutes. It's a lot faster getting all the names in the wheel now that I've got all the comments on one list. I don't have to go back and forth between YouTube and Facebook. So last time I think I got it done in about half an hour. So about half an hour to 45 minutes after the video's over, come back to the Facebook page. It'll be just another post on YouTube. I'll put it in the communities tab of my YouTube channel, but I will also come back to both videos and put it in the comment section of who won. So there's 4 different places you can find the winner. Let's see. Yeah, these are really pretty colors, Michelle. I like them too. It's crumb cake, moody mauve, old mossy meadow, and copper clay. So really pretty colors. And then for everybody that's watching the live and watches the replay that comments, will get put in the drawing for these 2023 to 2024 in color dots. Both of these are on low inventory as of this morning. So I haven't checked tonight. Hopefully they're still available. But everybody that comments during the live and the replay, I want to make sure people that are watching the replay get in on door price too. We'll put the drawing for this, and I will announce that winner in next week's live. So you've got till 11 a.m. Eastern time to comment if you're watching the replay, and your name will get put in that wheel, and we'll find out who the winner is in next week's live. Okay, there are the cards again. So don't forget, you can see in the ticker how you can get the card kits for free, but you can also find out on my blog, which is createwithchristy.com. If you're watching on YouTube, I've got a link to my card class at home page there in the video description. And also, if you want to know my specials, Stampin' Up specials, all of that, I have a newsletter, and you can sign up to subscribe to that newsletter. The link is down below in the video description on YouTube again. But if you want to be able to sign up for my newsletter and you're on Facebook, just message me and I'll give you that link. I'll message the link to you. And then you can subscribe to my emails too. And that lets you know all the specials for Stampin' Up, and my specials, my videos, and all of that good stuff. Oh, thanks, Mimi. I'm glad you like them. Okay. I think you've looked at the cards long enough. Once again, I thank you so much for being here. I've had a really good crowd. I can tell it's a good number. I'm really glad you guys are here. The more people that come, it just makes it so much fun. I love being able to talk with you. So I will see you again next week. I'm going to try to get the 12 weeks of Fall and Halloween up tomorrow. My son turns 28 tomorrow. That's my baby. My daughters are both in their 30s now. He's my last one in his 20s. I can't believe I'm saying that. But his birthday's tomorrow. I still have to bake a cake and things like that. So it probably won't come up till Monday or Tuesday. But I'm not going to wait a full week to get it up. I'll do it either Monday or Tuesday. It probably won't happen tomorrow. I just want to give you a heads up on that. Can't wait to watch the replay for the embellishments. Okay, then I need to get off here so you can watch it, Katie. But I do need to get away. It's getting kind of late. So I will see you guys next week. I hope you have a great week. Stay safe and enjoy fall. See you later. Bye.